Hey everybody, it's Psychic Hunter David. Well, this is the weekly insight for the following week. So we're going to move into March 1st in 2 days. This is the 28th. It's a leap year, so tomorrow's the 29th. And I'm going to do this for all signs. This is for the week ahead. This will be on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And remember, if anybody's interested, I am working, I'm around, and I'm just, this is a really kind of interesting crossover period because we had some really great energy right now. If you go all the way back to April last year, you'll sort of figure out this sort of link again to Jupiter, Taurus. Saturn is in Pisces, so everything's being a little bit activated here as we now move toward that new moon in Pisces. So we'll have to just wait and see how everything goes. So I'm just going to do this little blurb here for everybody. Sorry about the moving situation here. So the beginning of the reading, which is really quite interesting here, is a lot to do with, okay, where do I go from here? And, there's a lot of pentacles in here, which, of course, on everybody's mind is money. I mean, people are hearing the news. That's why I say to people, please be selective in regards to constantly being bombarded by CNN here in Toronto, obviously, CP24. I'm not against news stations. I've actually worked on City TV before doing the readings for a couple famous people of the past. We just got to be careful because remember something, consciousness breeds outcome. And I'll hear this from people, with the antiques business, which I'm involved with part-time, and they'll say, oh, we got to really be careful. And I said, the minute we start actually becoming paranoid about money, we actually manifest that. I'm horrible for it myself. If I get into a fear factor or get into my head, there's a term for it that everybody's using these days, that, you just you make yourself crazy. And you have to get out of your head. You have to go and say, screw this, take a little bit of money, buy a Starbucks, really get away from the poverty consciousness. And this is something that people are really a little bit worried when there's some really dynamic energy over the next 3 days. So the beginning of the reading is this eight of Pentacles. And a lot of that on an economic level. First of all, I've always believed Pentacles, like the diamond cards and playing cards, are all about success on an economic level, like it or lump it. The 8 of Diamonds to me is successful. The 9 of Diamonds or the 9 of Pentacles both are successful. And obviously the 10 of Pentacles means you've achieved something, you're there. So this to me is still that most of us are still in a pretty damn good position. If we look around, we're not starving. Hopefully you're not. Most people are not out there starving to death. You still have the funds to be able to do a few things. You can still get a pack of cigarettes if you smoke. You can have a glass of wine. You can go out for dinner once in a while. We got to be positive about all this. Then there's indecisiveness. So there is this 2 of Swords in here, this questioning through next week. Okay, what do I do? Where do I go from here? What's next? Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which could be taken either way. I always like the Queen of Pentacles because to me, she sort of puts it in her consciousness that she's going to achieve. It always reminds me of Taurus more so than the Capricorn, Virgo. However, all 3 earth signs are part of this game. And then, of course, following her is the Ace of Swords. So to me, it's almost as though the Queen of Pentacles is sort of the voice of reason. This energy of that Virgo full moon we just had on the weekend still carrying out in here in regards to going forward. Of course, Saturn is the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, so it's sort of saying in here, place your focus where it be, because the Ace of Swords is saying, cut to the heart, cut to the truth, get to the point. And then there's some financial stuff in here that's actually quite positive. 9 of Wands really being determined, saying, no, I'm staking my ground. This is my space. This is my scenario. You're going to hear that from a lot of people. I've worked hard for this. There's again that rebellion, that Pluto and Aquarius, rebellion in the air. And then this aspect about vision. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. Now the 7 of Pentacles, you got a lot of Pentacles. You got the 8, the 6, and the 7. So it means that there's this bouncing around. I know what I want. I know what I can do. Then there's this aim and a goal, and Saturn's part of the mix saying yes. And that 7 of Pentacles here, 6 of Pentacles first. Obviously, then this determined, 9 of Wands, and then the 7 of Pentacles. So to me, I think what's happening in here, with the outcome being the Empress, by the way, which is very, very good. Because the Empress, of course, is the all-feminine equivalent of the major arcana and tarot cards, or arcana and tarot cards. And I would say, in all honesty, next week is more Yes, Saturn's having influence, but Saturn's actually in a positive to the Neptunian fear, worry, monkey mind. That's the term I was looking for. I've heard a lot of different people talk about that. Meaning we get ourselves all really worked up in our own head, and we all do. I'm terrible for it. The weirdest dreams. It's all sort of part of the game here. But the outcome can actually be that things can resolve and actually resolve themselves well. And the Empress, you know, the Earth Mother and this other energy, remember, we're merely really 2.5 weeks from moving into Aries. And then we get into Aries, we get that eclipse season with the new moon, the full moon eclipse in Libra, and then the new moon eclipse, which is a whopper in the first week or so of April. And yes, I burnt the daylights out of my hand. It's getting better, but that was not cool. That was hot air from the kettle. I had the thing turned around the back. Not a smart move. But anyway, all I can tell you is next week is not the easiest week. It's not horrible, but there are going to be some trickling in here. Call upon that Queen of Pentacles energy. It's not you know, male, female. It's the energy I know of being this Earth Mother, this element, because you've got the Empress as the outcome. So it is that Saturnistic, you know, control, responsibility, get it together, pull it together, etc. I think, in all honesty, the actual way to get from A to Z will present itself probably by about Tuesday. Tuesday, we're going to figure out, okay, this is what I need to do in order to get from A to Z to what I want. To what I want to achieve, that Empress outcome, that mothering, nurturing, that goodness, all that wonderful stuff. So next week's an intense week, but it's really surrounded by monetary and financial issues. So there's a lot of that. Now remember, if you do want to see me for a reading, I do it on the phone, I do Skype, and I actually, of course, see people in person. Internationally, it's $100 US, payable through my PayPal on my website, www.psychichunterdavidwilliamson.com. In Canada, you can pay me through e-transfer. It's $113 for the hour on the phone or in person. And then if you want on the phone, I have shorter readings for 40 minutes. It's $79.10, and then the mini little reading, which is 30 minutes, is $56.50. You heard it here first. I wish you guys all the best, and I'm open for house parties if people are interested here in Canada. Keep well. Take care.